12 points clear of the South Korean duo. And then Minuk and Quinton just recently being signed to Navi, representing them on the stage, looking to make a name
I'm
for
in the
themselves.
finals, by the way.
One of the duos I think
I'm probably going to get kicked out.
Though, is SSK7 and Zanside. Always went for high ground earlier than most people, and then not giving it up. Nobody is going to be able to contest them off high ground. They get tons of eliminations because of it, but we'll see if that might bite them here today.
And you talk about insanely aggressive. Most people, you need to tag them and see
Don't you have to be in the top 5 to get like money?
No,
it's like
they're going, they raise all of the chaos, and then he's playing in the future, and then he's getting a chance to talk to the aggressive Oceania duo down on the floor. Jordan, what do you have for us?
I've got Barbie on Colts. The most astonishing all the way over.
Oh yeah, sick.
New Zealand facing off against not only from your region, but the rest of the world. We've seen that there are different play styles from kind of everywhere. We all know this, but going into this, how do you prepare? How does one prepare up against these play styles?
Eat a fruit salad. Just have a shower, get some water, have a fruit salad, and try to get live.
Love it, regardless of the region. That's great.
People.
Fruit salad. You can take care of NA East and EU and everybody. Now, the most astonishing thing here is this record, this ELIM record of 102 that you guys have. Single most ELIMs in 1 week. I don't expect, I don't think anybody expects you guys to see MVP today because of what you're up against. But what is the strategy going into this?
Someone on me, he's tagged 50. Yeah, he's like 50 HP though.
Isn't going to give them the confidence to continue.
He was just going to turn and look at Jordan and be like, holding forward the whole time, but they know when the plan is.
What? It wasn't let me shooting. My keybinds.
Oh, he just got.
It just went. It just went. It just went. I was scoping in, but it just didn't. It didn't. It just didn't. It didn't go. What? It just didn't go. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. That's total bull crap.
Yep. No, I don't want to be soft skins. What pickaxe? No, I didn't get my pickaxe!
Daniel,
Yes.
you are
What?
gay.
Hallelujah. 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 I live my life now, damn it. It's so bright and brightened. Who am I gay with? You.
Yeah, why not?
Hallelujah. My life just gets better and better.
I melted that guy. I actually melted that guy.
Pardon?
I actually melted that guy with my with my AR.
Well, damn it. You
Yeah.
just melted my heart, love.
Top 5 and to share the love event.
Aww.
That one's so weird.
I'm just gonna give this guy a bunch of call-outs. Make sure he's safe and alive.
Look at those sweaty edges, damn it.
Play out.
Slay out away. Can't wait.
It's going to
Hey,
be
this guy though, he tried destroying my build, but I just edited it away from him.
on the stage. They have such great teammates, and then he is
Same house, drop same house.
Blue.
I get top, you
go
get
top.
bottom.
Yeah.
rolling. They might be able to challenge towards that top.
Hallelujah.
Shut the fuck up.
The introductions rolling. It's Item
Can we
and
lie in bed?
Derox, Oslo and Bad Sniper,
What the fuck?
4CR in Nowhere, Red Rush and Snap.
We're not there yet.
No, he's really good up to his
A bunch of guys out there, and then
Right, blue house. I didn't think I'll be able to make it. You're higher than me. You get top. I get bottom.
Item and Derox
Wait, yeah, you've got perfect drops
elimination
on bottom.
throughout during the semifinals, then they
Oh, you've actually got a perfect drop down there.
Person at the house, person at the house.
Another team that actually started breaking through in the finals towards the end, which led them to qualify as Oslo and Bad Sniper. And I think something very interesting about this duo.
Ow.
Oh. They're contesting at Tilted
He
Towers,
just
and they are
headshot me
very
with a
proficient
flint.
at doing so.
They will take the frag, and Bad Sniper gets a
He's got two
sniper in his
flint
hands. Here's a joke, his name online is actually not
Yeah,
Bad
yeah,
Sniper
you can
because
kill him,
hits
Dominic. He's got
all
two
of
flint
those
knocks.
shots
Go upstairs, go upstairs.
Hey,
No, not that way. Okay, sure.
very impressive pair, but
He was in
kind
there.
of
No,
like
he's
to
right
show
there.
out at times.
Okay.
What?
Wait, what? He's got attack? Where from?
What? What? You said he had 2 flintlocks, that's it?
I know. He got attack and AR somehow.
How?
I don't know. He only had a flintlock because he stole it from me.
How?
And then because I found another one, he killed me with that one because I only just found it. Oh my god, do you want to play some arena? And play like really, really passive.
Okay.
Okay.
I think everyone in NA servers is really sweaty.
Yeah, let's go back.
You're
Wait, let me change.
I hate Ruin.
I know Brazilians are bad, but then we'll have thousands of ping.
True.
Like, Brazilians
Then
are really, really, really bad.
Dan, take your mic away from your mouth.
No, look, Dominic, it's quite a big web distance. It's about,
Dan, please.
look, this is
Dan.
my finger, yeah? Look,
Is your fan on? I can hear like something in the background or something like.
I was like,
Yeah, it goes.
that's my PlayStation. But now, Dominic,
Yeah.
Dominic, now, my fan's on.
Dan, stop it. Stop it.
Can you hear it?
Yes, stop it.
Can you still hear it?
On a level where if they get rolling, it's going to be very hard to stop them.
One of the same situations as
Okay, I'll turn it off.
don't know how to respond when the playstyle that they're having.
Right, can you hear it now?
Is shown, but one duo.
Fine, love,
talk
yeah,
about
it's
is
alright.
Epic Whale and
Don't you go
Storm.
there.
This is one of the few fully qualified duos. Both of them tomorrow.
Okay.
And what a way
Okay,
to
Dominic,
get
I'm gonna
into
go
the last
fan
episode.
here.
They came together in the final week of their last opportunity, and they wanted to be there. They wanted 2 seats on the stage in each one of the competitions that really separated themselves. Speaking of somebody who separated themselves,
I'm so
Zexo
glad you
and
don't
City.
take full
Zexo,
damage
the
from
original pioneer
um,
of the My
these
Wall Now.
things anymore.
I'm going at you. I will win the game with 16 plus eliminations, and there's nothing you can do
Okay,
about
I'm gonna
it.
go
Him and
junk.
Vinny broke through everything, coming over not only Zexo's wrist issues, but a little bit of kind of turbulence between them. They're actually not even going to be doing after this competition, so this will be a
I think
last
there's a
hurrah,
rift
and let's see
here,
what
if I'm
Zexo and
right.
Vinny have to say.
We got Vinny and Zexro here. Very excited to see you guys. I know that a lot of people are thrilled and excited to see you guys at playing today. You both have been competing both very well in duos and solos over the course of the year. How do you think that the competition today is going to compare to
Okay, yeah, there's no rift, but there's people in junk.
For sure, the competition's definitely going to be hard today. Probably the hardest competition yet, but I'm very confident for us to succeed today.
Dominic, should I rush
We
or
believe in you
not?
guys. Now,
No,
Zexo,
no dip.
you told us after qualifying for the last week of duos that you were suffering from some tendonitis. Preparing
Okay.
for a competition like this, especially at such a high caliber, there's got to be a lot of stress involved with that. How have you been physically preparing for today?
I'm in junk.
I didn't really play much, and then and everything.
Why do I have so much ping on English servers?
It started going away at the end, and then all fun, so we're chilling.
Fantastic. Well, we're all really excited to see you guys. I know that a lot of people are.
Dominic, I'm scared. I can
all over the
see
world. It's gonna be a
footsteps.
great day.
I can see a person.
It's not all about just grinding and playing all the way through. You got to do your part.
Oh my god. Is this an aim this
There.
time?
We'll see how they perform today. We've got one final group of
Hey, let me tell you something. Headshot, 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 headshot.
Serpent and Hype, Wolfies and Rojo, Scythe and Bato, 4 wins and
I want to break something
and then
so
finally Puzz and Mig.
bad.
I mean, there's so many players in here you can call out. Serpent and Hype with the original. Can you translate
Yeah,
it to Sunday?
Dominic.
Won
Yeah, they've
so
gone out
many
of junk.
the
I just saw them
semifinals,
go
and then
out.
last week,
Get my
they able to do
reboot
it.
and then
I got an
reboot me out
opportunity to
junk.
actually talk with Rojo
Yeah.
in the practice room, and he says he's excited to be here, wants to play, wants to get on the stage, and knows he'll be able to enact their game plan. He wouldn't tell me what it was, and I wouldn't leak it anyway. So the stream duo, kind of a little bit of parody there.
Oh, something like that. Impulse, impulse, super impulse.
I got to speak with him.
Yeah, do it again, do it again.
I'm
Far,
happy.
far away.
I'm glad I'm here, man. And there was a fantastic
Right.
bit about it.
Wait, one sec.
Where he
Dominic.
basically went through how he lost
Yeah.
his
Cricket
confidence
club
because
do you
of
go
the
to?
and then gained it
Camberley.
because of the support of all of
Camberley.
you guys at home who
Yeah.
supported Skype.
You know where
day?
Kings
What
is?
day do you train? What day do you
So as
train?
well, moving on
Fridays.
forward, when it tucks,
Mom.
it was very interesting. They qualified and moved through the entire. They switched duos at the last second.
And then you have one player who qualified as well. Singularity.
Aimbot?
Dominic, do you play games?
Yeah. Our next game's in August.
Wait, okay. Wait, when, what day?
And on top of that, their consistent placements.
What? I got listed from everywhere. What?
Dominic, what day?
Let's see what they
I don't know, Dan, but I don't think you'll be able to
Okay.
because they have to have like.
아, 저는 밍이라고 하고 이제 아시아에서 진출하였습니다. 저는 퍼즈라고 하고 아시아에서 진출하였습니다.
Dush, will you be my best main? Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. Dan, you still here? Dan, do you have a face cam when you stream?
Arena game. Same arena solos. So I get 3 bus fare. So you don't do solos instead. Try and get in the same solo. Oh, but we can't hear each other, can we?
What are you talking about, fam?
Pardon?
What are you saying?
Trying to get in the same solo arena, but we won't be able to talk to each other, will we?
No.
Do you want to play prop hunt?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Dominic, don't say why, say why not.
Why not?
Bam. Yes.
This is the best skin in the game, which I'm wearing.
No, it really isn't. It's the worst skin in the game. Yeah?
I forgot to put the glider with it as well. Do you know Oliver?
Pardon?
Do you know Oliver? Do you know Oliver?
Oliver?
Yeah,
Oliver who?
Aaron.
Yeah?
He
There can't be
is
the
a
energy
guy.
in a stadium like this.
No,
A lot of people are really excited and stoked to be here,
Oliviero.
and especially to see
Yeah.
you guys play. We can't wait.
He is toxic.
Thank
I
you
know,
so
I know.
much, Jordan. And now, just
Yeah.
those guys, they sound excited, but that's it. Enough from us talking.
Dominic,
The
I'm just
50
the best at
shows
prop
in the
hunt,
world
like
on the
things.
stage.
No, if I'm a
For
prop,
their
then I'll get
share
all the
of
coins.
$15 million ball.
But if
I
I'm a
mean,
hunter, I'm
6
pretty
games
bad.
away from winning $3
I'm a
million.
hunter.
Just think about that. 6
Yeah, so am I.
games, and then we'll find
gonna
out
be
who
on
the
the
best
team.
duo in the
Always
world.
are.
Hands down.
What I
no
like to
question
do
about it, the best.
is try and shoot them through there.
real soon.
Oh, I hate people who do that.
Will be crowned, but that's it. The pre-show is over. Enough from us up here. We're just breaking down gameplay. Later, we're gonna toss it out inside. Show up.
Oh my god.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
No,
4,
it's 5, 4, 3, 2,
Whatever.
1.
What card I started? It's the duos final.
Oh my god, you can stop that. Don, is that you?
No, I only just got out. Huh? Maybe not. Oh yeah.
Dominic, you keep on bullying me. Dominic, I just need to do something real quick.
It's amazing. You feel so free, it's ridiculous. We just kind of watched our names pop up on the screen. It was a huge siren.
Shoot me.
Why?
Just shoot me.
Dan,
Wait.
stay there, stay there. Stay there, stay there. Dan, stay there. What the hell?
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so toxic.
World Cup Finals live from my hometown, baby.
Damn it.
New York City. Where you at? Where you at?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
So toxic. Am I Oliviero?
Golden Boy, and I couldn't be more
It's just
pumped
a
to
game.
be here because we're about to see the greatest sports players in the world go up against each other.
I got rid of him.
Wait, what?
Why?
And most
I have to get up now.
of
Shut up, Renee.
the trophy,
Yeah,
the
fish
first
sticks.
ever Fortnite
Huh?
World Champion. We're gonna crown
See
that
you. I have to go now,
It's
Dan.
gonna be awesome.
Bye.
Everyone here in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, are you hyped? Are you ready? You know what? Maybe I can't do the job. I think this will do the job.
I killed someone. I'm actually such a god.
No pain, no gain. No trust, no glory. I'm a one-man army. In a one-man army. Ain't no weapon formed against me. And you already know the rest. Guess ain't gonna stretch me. And you flex from the next.
Now, I know everyone here is excited to get to the games, and we're going to do so in a little bit. The players are gearing up and getting ready to go. You know that each and every one of you inside of this stadium, you're just pumped. You've had your opportunity to go out to the festival. You've managed to meet up with your friends. You've made some great times here in New York City. And obviously, our players are here to win. We have two players standing by.
Thank you, GB. You are a handsome man. I'm super honest and very, very forward right now when I say that I've got two of my favorite people in this stadium right now that are competing together. Two of my favorite people to play with, two of my favorite people to watch and study. We have Sean and Aiden. Aiden, one of the most dominating controller players in the world, and he's proved it time and time again. With Sean on mouse and keyboard, one of the most mechanically skilled and gifted players in all of Fortnite. Now, with this combination of one of you on a controller and one of you on mouse and keyboard, there's got to be some pretty unique strategy that you guys can pull together. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, our synergy is great. Like you said, he's one of the best mechanical players. His tunnels are insane. Like, it's just insane watching him play. And just, you know, me being an aggressive player and having good aim, we really combo together well. I'm hoping we're going to do good.
1000%. Now, Sean, you both competed in the Pro-Am yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We all know that was a very sweaty lobby. But your thought process, your strategy going into today, tell me how that differs from yesterday and your performance there.
I think yesterday was like super fast paced. Play slow. But today we're going to go for endgame. So we can go ahead.
Fantastic. We're all so excited to see you guys. GB, what do you have for us?
Much to hear from the Ghost duo. Going to the top, and they very.
Where did you take Maisie on a walk?
Yeah, I told you I was. 2 hours.
Pardon? Pardon?
Didn't you even notice?
No. I thought you were like upstairs. Maisie was either outside or like just doing something else.
Here today from across the world. You want to hear your thoughts on Twitter. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Really, anywhere you can use hashtags. I know we both have our predictions.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to go first? No. You go first. Who for you is your standout that you're looking to see if they can take it home today?
Dude, man, I mean, I gotta give it up to Mongol and Nitro. I think they're gonna definitely close it out. They've been, I really am just super interested to see how they play. I've been watching a lot of their World Cups after they've already qualified. Hands down, one of the most aggressive duos throughout, the qualifications. What are they going to do that here? Are they going to go for placement, or are they going to still W key like they've always been doing?
That's typically been their gameplay of choice. There's a look again at Mongrel and Mitro, both qualifying from Europe. You see, last time they played and the week they qualified, their drop of choice was Loot Lake.
Yeah.
So will that remain the same today? These early game battles, these fights for the different points of interest will be so key. You go with a European duo. Yeah. I'm picking a European duo as well. Another young squad, Mr. Savage M and Benji Fishy. Dude, Mr. Savage M is cold-blooded. Every time I met him, I'm scared of him. They're absolutely insane, as you can see right here on your screen. We'll get those pictures fixed, don't worry. But either way, These guys are two absolute tanks, and Ninja, you've watched all these guys.
Yeah.
You're absolutely one of the best players in the world, but it's almost like these guys are in a class of their own.
They are, man. I mean, I've competed against some of these guys in some other online tournaments as well, and literally watching Benji just slay out an entire lobby by himself in squads it's like it's art, man. You know what these guys do? It's art. So enjoy.
I know Mr. Savage in a public match got like 40+ eliminations in season 9, which is unheard of, all by himself, solo squads. There are so many ways you can watch, though, this weekend. I've been just looking at my phone already. I'm seeing a million+ of you guys tuning in. As you guys know, so many ways to watch. You've got Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere where there's live streams. Also, a new Fortnite.com/watch feature that you can go take a look at. You'll see some different individual feeds there that will be a crazy, unique way to watch Fortnite competitive for the first time. I know everyone at home looking forward to seeing their top players perform. This place now, Ninja, is insane. This is one of the most ridiculous arenas I think I've ever seen for an esports event, and I know people flooding on in from the outside. I just can't wait to get it started.
Dude, this is literally what I've been waiting for like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
The best of the best, all in the same lobby. All right, in the qualifying matches on Sunday, you're playing against in a lobby, maybe like 4 or 5 of the teams who are actually here right now, but now this is going to be all of them in the same lobby. Every single battle is going to be the best players in the world fighting against one another. I'm excited to watch the early game when they're landing in their spots. I'm excited to watch the mid game during the rotations. I'm going to be taking notes, and you guys should too.
Yeah. Also, other things of note to take to bring up. We're going to be playing on siphon settings here, increased material farming. You want to explain for everyone at home exactly how that all works?
I'd absolutely love to. So, unlike normal matches, when you get an elimination, all right, you're going to be granted with 50 health or 50 shield, depending on what you're missing. And that's also going to give you 1 point as well. They also drop 50 mats of each, wood, brick, and metal. So, eliminations are definitely going to pay off early game as you guys can stack up those materials.
Yep, and remember, that is when you get a full elimination, not when you knock down an opponent.
Correct.
So, if I knock a player, you'll see in this, a lot more times teams will immediately try to finish that elimination, get the health, go pick up the materials, maybe secure some extra loot. There's a look at the lobby screen, and Ninja, I was laughing with you earlier when the players were warming up earlier today because they got some warm-up games in. Obviously, for many of them, it's their first time in a major LAN event. They wound up going through and they were just sitting at the spawn island like they were right now. I mean, look at the build battles happening on spawn island. They're all editing, they're all aiming. None of them are just sitting still. The nerves running through them, insane. The average age in today's tournament, 16 years old. Some of these guys are going to walk away with $1 million+ this weekend. At 16, what would you have spent your money on? I don't even want to know. Why not even ask that? Probably
16, man? Just a bunch of candy and energy drinks, man. I didn't really.
So basically the same as today.
Exactly. Nothing really would change. Nothing's changed.
No, it's so much fun, man. Again, people flowing on into the venue. Looking at these duos, looking at these contested areas, right? Loot Lake has been a very hot topic.
Yeah, man.
Aiden had been landing there throughout all qualifiers. You see, Mongrel and Mitro. I've been hearing some notes about, Tilted Towers and or Neo Tilted, as it's now called, of where they're going to go. In your opinion, right now you play 6 games.
Yep.
You know how detrimental it can be to your mental state if you have one where you kind of drop right off spawn and get taken out.
Yeah.
What is your game plan here? Are you going for it? You don't care how many people land there? You just go and play your game? Or
I think
you shy away? What do you do?
Oh, man, these guys have been practicing. They know. They know that they're going to be contested. Yeah. They know that, and they're not, if they're intelligent players, they're going to play exactly how they've been practicing the last 10 World Cup qualifiers. They're going to go exactly where they go. They're going to push where they're going to push. And, they're not going to care who it's going to be. Now, me, honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I play. But, dude, in a situation like this, I think that if I saw someone contesting my drop, I'd definitely defer and try to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But, you have one bad game. Getting over that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first. Yeah. That's going to be something that you're going to be thinking about. In the second game, the third game, oh, my gosh, should we change our landing spots? And then if you're thinking like that, it's over.
Yeah, and I keep seeing you look down. You're like eagerly wanting to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us. But again, guys, there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new limited time modes that is actually going on. Prop Hunt. We watched a little bit of it yesterday, but again, made by Stray Kite. It's a fun little hide and go seek game almost, Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created from creative. It is amazing. It is hilarious. I mean, we were literally getting like angry and but also just laughing hysterically right when we're about to make it into the incinerator and get our points. It's just so fun. I mean, you could be a toilet. You want to be anything. You want to be a pink flamingo, a bus. Go for it. Go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, we've had some fun games of Prop Hunt that we played. But again, right now, live in the gameplay for free, Prop Hunt. A little bit different than the competitive settings. Obviously, Arena, it's been talked about, Ninja. This is the most played in qualifier for a tournament ever in the history of gaming. 40 million competitors, down to the top 200. To be exact, 178 because of the double qualified players.
Pardon?
That is, you can't even put in like your head just how insane those numbers are.
I think it's just important to show and let everyone know that, man. Just Epic continues to change the game. Making these qualifiers online, it just allowed so many of these kids to be here today because they've been able to play it, you know, from the comfort and safety of their home instead of traveling across the world just to qualify.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of the first times we've seen something like this, a qualifying like this. And I'm just excited to watch these kids dominate the next freaking 4 hours, 6 hours. I'm ready to stay here all night.
Hey, I'm down to stay here all night. I have no problem with that. I'm sure the arena is as well. When you talk about LAN events, right, you have so much competitive experience. You've been to so many across different games and genres. The one thing that stands out to me, though, it will never feel the exact same as it does as playing at home. So for these guys, what are some tips that you can share you think that they should kind of take into account as they're playing, maybe on LAN for the first time?
Well, do what I always tell people when they're saying, you know, hey, Ninja, I'm going to a tournament. Any advice, right? You know, it's, dude, do exactly what you do at home, all right? If you wear socks and, you know, no shoes at home, that's what you're going to do. If you don't wear any socks at all or you wear sandals, you wear that. If you wear nothing but sweats and PJs when you're gaming and practicing, that's exactly what you should be wearing right now when you're competing, right?
Yep.
Don't try to change anything up. Drink what you normally drink before the games, water, energy drinks, whatever the case may be, or, you know, eat what you're going to eat. Do not change anything up. It's very important to get in that mental state of what you do and how you've been practicing the entire time at home.
I've even heard of stuff as far as like don't change your sleep schedule or what you're gonna do for this. Like literally take it like it normally is. Now, again, we talk about how there's $30 million on the line of the Fortnite World Cup Finals across today and tomorrow, but there's already been $3 million in prize money given away this weekend. That happened yesterday at the Creative World Cup Finals. Let's take a look.
And we're here in the player lounge right now, joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving, it's awesome, I love it.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Yeah, I always knew we had it in the bag. You know, we're the week 1 qualifiers. We're the most stacked team. It was no competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zan would clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, we need 1 coin. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated. There it is. The win. Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger.
You realize that one jump won this group
Who did?
an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with death runs, you need to, like, do it slow. Don't go in blindly. Like, try and, like, change everything you do every time you fail.
Suzu, can you see yourself doing even more with creative? I mean, the success of today. Will you continue to go and play creative maps?
I think I would definitely stay consistent with creative because I feel like there's a lot of potential in creative still. And yeah, definitely this is my thing.
But I want to go down the line and see what each of you guys plan on doing with that prize.
I would probably end up like saving most of the money, maybe like some investments.
He's 18 and he just won $336,000. What are you going to do with the prize?
Rent? Rent. Yeah, I think rent.
I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to save my money.
I am going to be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try and get even more money back.
All right, guys, congratulations again. Absolutely outstanding job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Creative Fortnite looks like.
The Creative World Cup Finals, so much fun yesterday. Again, congratulations to Scissors and his team. $1.3 million won. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here, and it's not Tim the Tatman. You didn't win that, Tyler.
That's correct.
What exactly happened here?
That's correct. No, we got 4th place, but, you know, the crew that I picked out, man, Pal, Taco, Kaz, just a good bunch of kids, man. I mean, I think, and I also got to meet a lot of the creators, the ones who developed a lot of the maps, and just a lot of passion from these guys, man. And, you know, I was really happy that I was able to, not even me, together as a unit, we pulled in, you know, 300 or 295,000 as a team. Dude. I mean, little whips, man. You know, we were just killing it, little ice creams. But that event was so incredible. And that's another thing that kind of came out of nowhere again, that Epic changed the game with creative. You know what I mean? It kind of popped up out of nowhere. All these people, so many people, there were hundreds of people here because of creative.
Yeah. And again, I know I talked to Scissors about it too. He can't believe just how far it's gone from his original runs he made to now. It kind of inspired one of the 3 maps yesterday. For you, what was your favorite? Was it kind of the prop hunt mode? Was it the run?
Junkyard Juke, bro.
Okay.
Hands down, Junkyard Juke is the most fun game I've ever played. I mean, if you're going to go in with a crew of like 32 people, if you can even muster up a crew of 32 people, like I want that to be a playlist where I can just go and play Junkyard Juke, and it just fills in 32 people. It's so much fun, man.
I'm with that. What about, should we get the whole squad together or
I'm
not?
down with. Oh, we totally should. We should get a massive content creation squad and just go into that. It'd be the most funny thing in the world. I mean, there's nothing greater when you're a little teddy bear and you're just walking around like trying to make it in. It's amazing, man.
Hey, listen, it's all fun and games here. Obviously, the theme of this weekend. Things going on outside of the fan festival. There's also the Battle Pass redemption. Everyone here has got tickets, has the commemorative tickets. So many things to look back on and remember these moments. For a lot of people here, whether they're players or the individuals and fans who traveled, it's their first time to New York City. Such a legendary, iconic place to have this major event. You see again the crowd continuing to fill on in, just getting some final things set up for the game so we can get it all launched for you. But trust me, we're all eagerly awaiting the start as well. So many organizations represented throughout the weekend, and I have just received the word that we want, Ninja. The game is ready to go.
I'm ready. The first Vic Roy, man. Who's it going to be, guys? All right, I want you guys to scream out your favorite duos right now, man. Let's make some noise.
Who do you think's going to win today? Scream it. I want to hear. Oh, it's gibberish. None of it makes sense.
I think I hear Mongrel, Mitro.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition begins right now.
This is going to be intense. I mean, there's nothing more, honestly, nerve-wracking than the initial launch. Off the bus, man. You're flying. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to be eliminated. Who's going to be the first one?
Yep.
You don't want to be the first one knocked out in the World Cup. I mean, literally, I knocked him like, it was the first game in the Pro-Am, and that was just amazing. You can't live that down. I don't want to be the first person knocking this.
No, for sure. As now we immediately hop on board with my pick to dominate today, Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, and they're heading right towards Happy Hamlet, a place they've called home so many times, and this is contested.
It's already contested.
You're flying on into here, Ninja. The early game's so key, and already Benji Fishy trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly where these guys are, footsteps, any type of information they can pass off to one another is going to be very important. They've been practicing this landing. I'm pretty sure I watched these guys play literally every week because they're from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers. And yeah, this is exactly where they normally land. Savage and Benji, they don't always land on top of one another. And you're honestly at a disadvantage if you do land in the same house because you're going to be getting less shields of one another, right? Less chances of getting shotguns and things like that. And I'm just interested to see how they're going to play this out. Are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to back down?
Well, we just saw the first zone has been revealed. It is a northern side zone, so anyone in Happy Hamlet not safe. Polar Peak, Frosty Flights, Paradise Palms, Lucky Landing, all not safe. So we continue to keep an eye on this fight. 98 players remaining right now in this game. Now, we mentioned the increased material farming right now, so you're hitting a couple trees, you're getting 20, 30 materials like it's nothing. Let's shift our focus, though, towards the middle of the map here at Dusty Divot, and it looks like Landjock and Punisher go out very, very early in this first game to Tetra and Eclipse, the new Rogue members.
They're wasting a lot of material right now. You can already see it. You've got only 100 matches left. That's 10 builds. These early game fights are always so detrimental. You have to be very, very, very particular with how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out and you have no mats, I mean, you're left with literally nothing to protect yourself with.
And look at the advantage that you now have. Tetra hasn't had any shields, but because 2 eliminations come on through, he gets both. That's 50 shield per elim, putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where you're still stuck at 100 health and you might second guess what you want to do. You might play a little more passively. No, because of those early elims, they now have Dusty Divot to themselves. They pushed out the Asian duo, pushing towards that top Dusty Divot side of XXM and Mend, and now they're sitting pretty. Divot all to themselves. They've got metal galore here, as well as wood. The one material that really be lacking is going to be stone.
Yeah, definitely going to be lacking stone. They can get a 500 metal, which is going to be their most valuable asset here, landing in Dusty. What I'm just interested to see is, they have no rotation items when you're looking over there, so hopefully they find something that's going to help them rotate later. There are no balls that spawn in Dusty, so no ballers. It's going to be very difficult to make it to the late game if you guys don't have some sort of crazy rotation.
another fight going on towards Fatal Fields, and with how little materials there are, you got to think these players down low who are already just on white HP are in a tough spot, and there it is. Scarlet and his duo, Bell, get the quick elimination onto Brush, and that's going to push back Brush's duo into Fatal Fields to try to hide for a brief moment. Another rough start right there. So much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly, and then there's definitely some metal that you can gather around. You know, there's a bunch of cars and things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields know how to actually navigate the loot in the corn without breaking the corn. So
I need to break the corn every time.
Right. I'm not good enough to know, but there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizz Lucky will actually be able to go back and pick up Brush's cards. So this is key.
You think you should go
Reboot
for it?
Vans. Remember, when you get brought back, you only have 100 HP and a common pistol. That will bring a lot of attention over. If you are Scarlet and Bell, are you sprint back over that fight? I think so. Now across the map, though, an engagement going out between KBB, Yuang, and his their duo up against Vinny and Zexro. There's a knock right there, Ninja.
Okay.
Drum shotgun is very powerful. It's definitely underrated. You can get inside somebody's one-by-one right there. I mean, there's another knock with the drum shotgun, just absolutely wreaking havoc. Yuang trying to take this wall. I think his teammate is not going to be able to stay alive, so it's going to be Zex and Yu. He's got the shield advantage. All he has to do is play this patient. I'm going to be pretty sure that these guys don't have that many materials, so just needs to spray it out and hopefully find a chance to take him down, but he's healing up.
Yeah, Zexro has minis as well as big shields, so we'll be able to get back the full shield, and Yuang now in a tough spot. Do I try to go?
Zex definitely can interrupt this now. He took too long to start holding the reds, but it looks like he's just going to be going for the reloads, taking his time, and he might be dipping out, maybe trying to, he's definitely staying aggressive, but he's going to get the revive off, and now it's 2-on-1 again.
Zexro staying confident though, knowing right now still at over 150 HP, the teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it, and it's not gonna happen, and you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head, some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped down to 59 HP, but with that elimination, we'll bump back up to over 100. Very, very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shotgun.
Very important is checking out the storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot. You guys can't see the screen. There are plenty of people who are outside. They're going to have to start their rotations in. This is actually
Hi, Dan.
very talented players with their aim can clean up a lot of kills.
Hello?
My teammate and I reverse our strategy was try to get in those spots where you can beat people who are going to be flying throughout the sky, using a lot of the slipstreams, and just taking advantage of, you know,
A little update to Sizz Lucky. They did get the reboot in Fatal, so they're both back in play. Look at how slow this lobby is going, folks. 92 players left.
I woke up to a final
Nate Hill and Thunk of FaZe Clan currently set up near Lazy Lagoon. And Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to.
Thank you, I kissed the cup.
What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players?
That means I've won Fortnite Friday, I guess. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm never gonna win. I'm never gonna win the World Cup. Wait, did I say I won Fortnite Friday? Yes, I do play Fortnite Friday, but like, I can't just say, oh, I've won Fortnite Friday. Because I don't think I've won Fortnite Friday, but not the whole thing. Won against, like, my friend, I think it was Oscar and Dan. It was me, Freddie, Oscar and Dan. And me and Freddie were there, and then I was against Oscar and Dan, so, yeah. Guys, you're gonna like my new avatar. I'm gonna go into Dan's party, okay? We're gonna sweet out sweet. Do you like sweets? Sweats, sweets, sweats, sweet.
Extra points and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and Flexi right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up and freely grab everything you want. Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to loot. They're not going to be able to loot normally. I mean, you have every single spot is definitely going to be contested or have talented players who are surrounding you. You got to be constantly worried about getting sniped from the side. All it takes is 2 seconds of being caught off guard, and you can get dinked twice with an infantry rifle, and boom, there goes, you know, 160 health, man, just like that.
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70-plus players, so you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage will know that they're going to be at a point where their hand is kind of got to be forced. They're going to have to put on a little bit of aggression. You're going to see the game pick up just a little bit here. There's Snappy and Red Rush already in the next zone. They're more than happy to just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
They're actually very centralized as well.
Yep.
I mean, a really great strategy that you're going to see a lot of people going to be using throughout this weekend in solos and in duos is to just try to get in the dead center of the second zone and honestly just kind of pray that the circle is going to continue to rotate in your favor. I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of him. Like he's going to try to save his team. It's not going to happen. But there's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a lot of shadow bombs. I don't see any launch pads in anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a, like, the rotations late game are going to be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the sky.
And Letwick now all by himself in a 1 versus 2 as his teammate did go down. You see Parpy and Volks still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Parpy still playing the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent. And look at the material count for Volks. 135 total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammates' reboot card. So will basically be by himself the rest of this game.
You know, it's going to be almost impossible to perform alone when your teammate is knocked. And there's the Storm Surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them that is currently below the threshold that they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage. And that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their one-by-ones, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are gonna be forced to break out because players need to get above that or they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to make it.
Now moving towards the Dusty Divot Diner. You see Clicks and Skeptic. Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
Didn't even know you could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be farmed up. And for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. Yes. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's going to be Serpent and Hype.
Serpent and Hype in a pretty decent spot. Yeah. Seeing, you guys can look up the minimap that we're staring at. Every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. And double heavy sniper is in play. For those of you guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage to structures. So if you have two teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see a team, line up a shot of somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely 0 time to react. One thing you guys talked about are the rotation items. We have 6 shadows from this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will just rotate out of here. Hype and Serpent don't want the fight, and that's Jay now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in. Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down from the heavens, and there they go. Getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where, you know, you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I mean? And Airwax and Nikov just...
That's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikov are
Pardon?
winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winners.
Yeah, okay, if you can find them.
Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on.
Pardon?
71 players left in this game. 38 duos. And it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive
No,
Fortnite?
I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much. They were more centralized in the beginning of competitive. So really no one had to rotate that much and no one had to fight. So now that these circles are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim, and they're just beaming people who are focusing on trying to rotate into the circle. Now look, so many people coming from the south right now, and it's just free kills if you guys are in a top position with solid aim, man. You're going to Texture right now already getting beamed. He's spamming the spacebar, trying to make it as difficult as possible to hit. He sees a lot of, look at it, already trying to figure out right now, where's he going to land? Look at all these people who are already boxed up. They're already creating these tunnels. More shots coming down. And he's going to be able to make it. 8 grenades. So that's going to be, I mean, if he can get in a position where some players are already getting focused on the outside, 8 grenades, he might be able to clean up those kills too.
Yep, that's right there. They do box up in time. Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that. Just a few brief moments as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit, so they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters. Saving the campfire for the late game, it appears.
Definitely got to save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier with his duo Mitro. They're set up currently in this zone. 68 players left.
Love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's, you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is inventory rifle and a combat shotgun, so he has no spray guns. All right, spray guns are, you know, anything to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, you've got to have a gun that can shoot pretty quickly to kill players and hit players through their 1-bys. You know, very difficult. Look at that healing too, though. Yeah. 5 slurps, 2 slurps. 5 chug splashes.
And they already have a slurp ticking. This is insane.
They're super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move too far.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them. The slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down Ninja, but with so many slipstreams still available in this current zone, a lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using launch pads or the shadow bombs. There's your whole map right there, the eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be into play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best, I mean, look, these are the best players in the world. And look how close they are to one another, man. I'm so excited when they actually have to force into these fights. The Storm's going to start pushing them. Look how, I'm sorry, man. I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. Yep. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Little fart bombs is what I like to call them, to force people out of their 1-by-1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away and trying to build new 1-by-1s to dodge the Stinks.
You see the Stinks right now going down on Mongrel! And Mongrel gets immediately ripped in 2 as it seemed like the lobby began to focus him right there. His duo still alive.
With good rotations, luckily.
Definitely has a bunch to, you know, to be able to play with. The next Storm Surge has begun to kick on in. Mitro, 12 damage below, will have to begin to put shots down range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Mitro's goal, spray at players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right at him, and Mitro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. above. And guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys, look. To not only make it to late game, but maybe even clutch this win out.
He dropped the shotgun. Okay, there you go.
Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys, the circle just rotated now into the storm. Massive amounts of distance needs to be covered.
This
and
storm surge is insane. It's still going on.
Finally taken out. 52 players left. And this is where things are about to get serious, guys.
Thomas drops some ammo right there for his teammate, Inclusia. And you see Thomas, that epic infantry rifle, one of your favorite weapons, Ninja. What is so good about that assault rifle?
It 100% rewards pinpoint accurate players, right? There's no bloom necessary. Your marker, your aim is right on their head. Boom. You're going to get that headshot. You're going to get 80 points of damage. And there's now the upgraded versions, the Legendary and the Epic, have 10 shots instead of 8. So, I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It can really catch players off guard. And that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build and protect themselves when they get shot once.
Folks, there are 45 players left in this very, very small zone. We are now on our 6th storm. You see it's about to begin to move, and players will frantically have to go across the map. Zayt and Saf right now discussing exactly what they should drop, pulling up their map, looking exactly where they have to go. 44 left in this one.
We already got people using shockwave grenades, guys. This is a very far rotation for the second movement circle, so this is actually going to move very quickly. These people are going to potentially get stuck on their launch pads because there's so much frequent building. It's going to be nuts. And who's going to try to take the high ground? Because after this first circle goes, this is where people start to only try to use the high ground.
And we know high ground is everything in competitive Fortnite late game. Everyone frantically moving away from the common enemy of everyone, which is that storm circle. Macwood taking zone damage. Daedra as well. King slowly bouncing on through with the Shadow Bomb. And does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Yeah, right on the edge of the zone right now. Will just stay boxed up for a brief moment. As now there's 36 players remaining, stomping the elimination feed. Arkram now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what tunneling is. When you hear players mention tunneling, this is it right here. You move with the zone, you tunnel your way in, give yourself cover, but not a lot of materials left. Only 22 builds, and this zone is stacked. But look who's on the high ground. It's Mr. Savage and Benji Fishing.
That would be your 2 picks, so good for you. All right, I have to owe you a bet there, man. That, all right. Mongo, unfortunately, do we still know if Micho's still alive? I mean, listen, people are dying left and right, being eliminated. More Savage just used another shockwave grenade. He already had a high ground, though. The question is, are people going to try to take it? You know that if you really want the chance to win this, you're going to have to try to take the high ground off him or have a rocket launcher to just take him out of it.
He's just so weakened. Mr. Savage just looks up and beams the player out of the air. It's all Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage in the elimination feed right now. 24 players left in this one. But 20 duos. There's almost no duos remaining, Ninja.
Right, it's all solos, and this is kind of what's going to happen, man.
Mr. Savage goes down.
It's up to Benji, and listen, Benji's been in this position before. We know he can handle it. Nitro's still in the game as well. I just saw him. He looks incredibly healthy, but now taking some storm damage. Benji's just going to try it. Look at the materials. Not a lot left. They're only using their shadows. I think he has 1 build left.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he has.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these placement points. We've made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our top 8. Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo, was all by himself very early on. Still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out? Raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming in. Benji Fishy goes down. Mega, Mitro, and Scarlet on the low ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf just sitting pretty.
Nitro just got a double, I think.
Mitro
5 limbs.
Tries to get it done. Not enough. Zayt and Saf, 2 versus 1. Will they take game number 1? Yes, they will.
Zayt and Saf had the high ground, and they used it the entire game. Rain fire from above. We're able to make up 5 limbs plus 10 placement points. That's going to be 15 points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was. And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite, Ninja. They were the only duo left with still like 18 players remaining. When they get the high ground like that, they send one player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zate and Sap take game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zate and Saf take game number 1.
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant in the World Cup qualifiers online. And it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting very aggressive, they had 0 elims down to those final few moments. Mr. Savage and Benji Fisher, we have to talk about them for a second as well. The European young duo, they were on the high ground. It was looking good, Ninja, but so many players focusing them, the shockwave grenades as well, and they had no healing left.
It's unfortunate, man. We have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayt and Nafdate at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief.
Incredible,
for those two.
Incredible first game. And we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition, in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you'll want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send to Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What are you looking forward to in games 2 through 6? For me, other things I noticed, man, you've got to be on your A game. When it comes down to taking note of where you are with the storm surge, those were longer storm surges that have lasted than I've ever seen before.
I've honestly never seen storm surge affect the game so much.
Yep.
Because here we are having 80 people left after the second circle. So you know what I mean? Like, and these guys, they're not going to let you hit them. You know what I mean? And if you want to put shots on these guys, it's going to be when they're flying in the air, rotating, which you also expose yourself to a sniper shot. You know.
Absolutely.
High risk, high reward, man. Right?
It's
Let's see how these guys change. I wonder if the guys who did get hurt a lot by the storm surge, are they going to make changes in the second game? Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to deal some damage as they rotate? That's what I want to know.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many people that want to give their thoughts on these games, but over at Unreal Island, we've got our very own Sundown with his thoughts on game 1.
Thank you so much, Courage and Ninja. And the first match of the duos competition is over, and the Victor Royale's experience wins out. We talked about Energy Zate and Ghost Saf and how they've been playing so long together, and that endgame was a prime example of textbook Zate and Saf. We're going to re-roll it one more time, and we're going to break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now, pay attention right away. You can see on the backside, Saf has one angle while Zate is going forward, and they're moving back over the tarps they've already established, but the angles they take make sure they're covering everything. They hear the shots below, they're putting the fire down towards them, and Scarlet is able to pick up Mitro, but doesn't have enough to get out. Zate and Saf, 5 eliminations, Victory Royale, 15 points, showing that their competitive experience, their experience on stage and at major LAN events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? We might as well be playing at home on our own stations because they are just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back over the stage for match 2. Ninja and Courage, take it away.
Thank you very much, Sundown. Great stuff as always there from Unreal Island outside of the venue, enjoying the event themselves. But again, game number 1 in the books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly where we stack up. In the end, those final moments can be so hectic. So before we hop into game 2, we will have a standings update for you all at home. Who do you think's up top of it right now? Well, guess what? It's Saf and Zate, but...
And Benji, Mr. Savage, man. Just incredibly clutch solo moves and plays.
Both of our predictions.
Both of our predictions. And they're still up there. Guess what? Imagine when they're healthy. And when they actually get some good rotation items, I'd love to see how they're going to play in the late game, man.
Placement points so key. You did a great job pointing out Mitro at the end. Not only does he stay alive, not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he somehow finds 5 more limbs. putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega, they wound up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do and Sean. So hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You guys
Ladies
ready?
and gentlemen, in this sold-out arena, are you guys ready for game number 2? Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they are. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game number 2 of the Fortnite World Cup Duo Finals is underway.
Again, I'm just going to keep saying it, the most nerve-wracking part of any competition, but definitely Fortnite for me, is the second you jump out of that bus.
Yep.
Right, once you hit the ground, once these players hit the ground, they're going to definitely have hopefully less nerves, going to get back into the flow, back into the farming mentality. And man, I'm looking at these llamas on my screen, I'm just hoping that they find them. There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350 mats.
Dude, they're insane. And they're everywhere. And look, wait, can we look at the map? Look at the north side. You've got 3 llamas in a very small area.
Llamas.
And many players have gotten better at spotting llamas from very, very far away.
I mean, the one thing I was telling my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in, because usually you're looking for players who's going to be landing next to you. But if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama,
and there's one.
I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation. There's shadow bomb storm, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500 of each type. So when you get 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zate perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home who are wondering how he just used it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for, explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is just continue that jump animation. That's going to trigger the double jump. And as long as you don't touch any solid ground, you're going to be able to continue to double bounce back and forth, man. It's an incredible use of the shadow bombs, and you're probably going to see a lot of players do something like that in the late game off of other people's builds, and which is way more difficult to do that off a mountain, by the way.
For sure, as we now take a look at the storm landing side of the map, and the storm is very far. Great point to bring up there. We can see on our side, the zone right now basically gets cut off at Dusty Divot and Neo Tilted, and the rest of the north side of the map are in play. So everyone near the middle and south side will have to move, and you see in the elimination feed very early on, Elevate does get cut down. So a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkram's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake. In Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away while continuing to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. And Yu Wang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination and gets.
Look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks. The spray does come on through. A third party, though, beginning to shoot down on a Yu Wang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Trying to line of sight
at Snobby, but KBB does go down. It's now Yu Wang all by himself, and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yu Wang knows that. Trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
A lot of these players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to get
off the right play? They're going to push forward. Yu Wang no shield, and he's going to get the double. He's going to get the double and the revive on KBB. And there was some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Yu Wang takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Yu Wang gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these lists to make up for it.
That was
and he took the knock on Landjock.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still, now it is a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camp. Stinks
never know, man. Stinks coming in, 22 health on Campfire down. He has.
Oh, and look who's here!
Party.
Hello. Look who's here! N8 puts up the tank DL, and EU says, no, no, no. This is the World Cup, baby. I'm going to show which continent is best. Mitro and Mongrel, full HP, and they storm roll through. Clicks right there.
Down low. Look at that kid. Gold scar, gold combat, heavy shotgun, or sorry, heavy sniper rifle for taking opponents' walls. Look at, they're just stealing and bum rushing, and that's going to be it.
And there's no shot right there. Skeptic. You saw, hey, putting on a show. I love it. The man does YouTube for a reason. But then also a fantastic player. I think speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now on your screen. Does not one. Hasn't finished elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he gets the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of shield. Hopefully he's calling it out right now. But it does also...
There's no way you're going to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying 3 damage for Storm. That comes into play because it is going to happen very, very soon here. We're about a minute away.
It literally looks like we've been watching that action. But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still.
Yep. I guess that's a testament to our observers backstage. Great stuff to them. Sis Lucky does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory. And Ninja,
like a dolphin.
Chug splashes have came into this game and they've completely taken competitive by storm. Probably the best team necessarily in this game.
I think that, there's a lot of items that get added where, not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it, but let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more positive, reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity. Absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful toasts. Delightful toasts. Yeah. Those guys who don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs of 2, stack up to 6. They give you 20 health or shield, whatever you're missing.
And they can be your teams around you as well as if you really want to be a troll for your enemies that you've knocked. Here are Mongrel and Mitro in the zone, and you talk about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way Slavi has a better inventory than what Mongrel has right now. And when you come into this, they were already in your top 3. So they're in a position right now, Ninja, where if they have a pop-off performance right here, with only 6 games being played after the first 2, they can be your leaders.
I mean, they were only 2 points away from first. Yep, they didn't even win the game. And Mongrel was down early before place rewarded. So Sean in another fight with Quentin and his squad. Sean trying to take some walls here. Out of light ammo.
Out of materials.
And
that's
out of materials. So he can't even spray right now. The only thing you do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective for top players who are actually trying to take walls.
They're trying to drop a trap down low to bait Aiden, but Aiden does not fall for it. This seasoned veteran trying to cover his back. Players spray on through. Stink bombs dropping, and there's one a limb. Another shot comes in.
Gets his shield. That's why he went to the thirst. Yep. And grabbed the mats. 365 mats now. He is, or more than that. He's got
to get out of the stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks.
So weak, 2
Look
weak.
at how weak they are.
And don't wait, they can get both Sean and Aiden. They got, I think it's exactly split up. Now he's trying to take them one by one. He's getting pushed by more than one person.
Reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster for the duo. Damage dealt 639. He does go down, though the quick edit comes
makes
through.
plays. Now it's up to Sean. Can he clutch it? Only 2 HP. Got some minis. Picked up some minis now for his minigun. Different space is just way more healthy. And obviously there's 3 other players who are around as well. So what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for high ground. Smart play, but he's out of match.
Oh, no,
he's got wood.
He's got wood. He's good. Both freaked out.
Put himself in the pyramid. For you guys who don't know what a brick or a metal pyramid.
Big thing to note. Look at his own. He has to push. That's it. He has to push. He has 52 right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about sword surge there.
Hitting pieces above well as a shot, and he's going to be taken down. I mean, that's just the worst position to be in any competitive game. Low materials, low health, and be
Game, you see it updated again right there on your screen of where the leaderboard is at the moment. Mitro and Mongrel staying alive,
in a great spot,
holding this pyramid edit. And for people at home who might not know, he's not exposed right there, right, Ninja? He's peeking through his build.
Correct. If you guys are peeking through a pyramid, you hit edit on it, you cannot be seen, right? But you can also see through it. It's a very amazing feature. Fortnite Battle Royale.
What a Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience.
Ultimate Battle Royale experience, man. Blue T is in the storm, taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Rogue taking damage as well. Thomas going to have to make some plays. And there was one action spot not. 66 players remain, and this storm is kind of moving a little bit away from Pleasant Park. But it's, once you have a high ground mountain in play, I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to go north.
And
really mixes it up.
And a drone ship. that people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant changes.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys could get up on top of those, guess what? You have ultimate high ground on the map without having to place any mats. It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal as much damage as you can. Also, it's incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there. It's important to know that after the so small. What do you think is the play? To rotate it right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait until the last?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, where you are at, the leaderboards as well. If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes.
If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing to rotate with and you're far away, I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and it's definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game in Snobby Shores with that clutch. When KBB goes down, there's still this one.
That beautiful blue combat where he clutches it with, man.
Yes, he does. And all the materials are getting for nearly 100 builds in this one.
See, they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're marking double heavy where they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're going to find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. Kind of looking. Yep.
Oh, they do have
a double heavy sniper.
Ninja call as the man knows. They see the one. And
I saw the pyramid. It's exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need two walls, two layers protecting you from one of those walls so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
it just moved over a mountain.
It just moved on the side of the mountain, so high ground will be in play. But at the same time, Ninja, half of the low ground still in play, so it's not as bad a position for the low ground players. Here's a look at Mongrel and Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on up because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this storm surge, so they're good for the moment, and there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro. 64 total builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always split half and half match with one another, and then they go collect others. And it's just a perfect way of making sure these guys have equal material.
Sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongrel. Stink bomb is hit as well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quickly as we move.
The storm is closing in, and that could be forcing everyone to get to where the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small.